title of today's mini podcast is Notice You Have a Choice. There are many paths to heaven, yet we remain busy arguing for hours. Years ago, I was reminded there is something non-negotiable about death. We usually don't have a lot to do with its timing. It happens in an instant. All the earthly postulations we made and all the treasures we amassed remain behind for others to argue about until they die. We all walk a path during our lifetime, and many times we're just following in another's footsteps, not really blazing a new trail. Yes, we do something different with our lives, but we don't seem to notice that many of our attitudes and behaviors weren't independently arrived at. They were shaped, often before we could think for ourselves, by others who may have passed on. We are deluded into the notion that we're doing things our way when, in fact, it's an inherited path. There is an upside and a downside to walking in another's shoes. The upside is we avoid the pitfalls that these shoes know how to walk around. The downside is we trip over the same stumbling blocks they fail to see. There's enough uncertainty in life without adopting another's. There comes a point when we recognize there is a choice. What we do at that moment determines whether we become an original or remain a carbon copy. We all pass different landscapes on our walk through life, and we all wind up at the same destination, the death of our human form. The animating spirit of life leaves our body and returns to where it was before we were born. Alive, we are an expression of that spirit. How original that expression is a matter of choice. There comes a time when we get to evaluate what we've inherited. This assessment helps us separate what's worthwhile keeping for the rest of our trip from that which is better to drop off and leave behind. Many of us stroll right past this choice point. There is a double whammy attached to not noticing. 1, we'll continue to make the same mistakes. 2, we'll repeat the mistakes of others who have walked before us. The good news is this choice point continues to present itself many times along our trip. It's like McDonald's. If you miss one, another is sure to be ahead somewhere. The key is to notice you have a choice. Most of us don't notice and, as written in the Bible, are visited by the sins of their father. Choice helps you find the exit ramp from the circular thinking that keeps you going around in circles. Notice you have a choice. It's the launching pad for an independent journey that's filled with original expression and unborrowed joy. All the best, John.